whether that sheriff was playing favorites.
The deputy who was ordered to set the DWI suspect free wanted none of it, and the sheriff fired him on the spot. News 13's Nancy Laughlin is live in the Newsplex with the recording of that angry exchange. Nancy?
Well, Dick, the sheriff admits in the police report that even he thought the man his deputies were about to arrest was drunk. But the sheriff wanted to let him go. He insists it was not a favor. It was simply to show his men that he's the boss. Then he fired the deputy.
So I'm taking this guy for a DWI. Come on.
This is an audio recording of Mora County Sheriff Thomas Garza firing Deputy Lee Allingham. The incident recorded by a fellow deputy who had just helped bust a suspected drunk driver, a suspect the sheriff knew and was about to let walk. According to a state police report, April 7th, Deputy Allingham arrested Patrick Trujillo after he failed a field sobriety test. He took him to the sheriff's department to fill out paperwork. Then the off-duty sheriff showed up. The sheriff told state police he was on his way to church and decided to stop by to make sure his deputies were following procedure. Then someone called the suspect's family and they showed up. The sheriff was about to release Trujillo to them. That's when Deputy Allingham became outraged. The two men scuffled and the sheriff tried to lay down the law.
I can do what I want.
No, you can't.
Nobody can tell me what to do.
Since when?
If I want to release him, I will release him. And
No, you can't do that. No, you can't. It's a second DWI. Come on.
Release him.
Today, state police released their report of their own investigation into the matter. When they asked the sheriff why he was about to release the suspect, he told them he wanted to show his deputies he was the boss. When state police asked the sheriff if he saw any evidence Trujillo had been drinking, he said, yeah, he could smell the odor. Trujillo is the ex-husband of the department dispatcher who was also there during the exchange.
Are you related to the gentleman who was arrested, Mr. Trujillo? Is that your ex-husband?
Yes, he's my ex.
Okay. Do you know if the sheriff knows him or if they're friends at all?
The deputies told state police that Sheriff Garza had ordered them to notify him anytime they came across a suspected drunk driver that he knew, so he could make sure that driver got a ride home. The deputies say they were concerned about that, and that is why they recorded what happened that night. Sheriff Garza refused to talk to us. Back to you.
All right, Nancy, the state police investigation is focused primarily on whether the sheriff assaulted the deputy during their scuffle. Any action against the sheriff for trying to let a DWI suspect go would probably have to come from the state board that oversees law enforcement.